Welcome everyone, Mark here from the Average Me Travel Channel, and today finds us back in Senoia, Georgia, and we're looking at some of the Walking Dead filming locations. Behind me you can see Alexandria. Now what is new from the last time I was here is that windmill. Now what's different about this visit is I brought my drone and I'm going to try to see if we can't get a view of Woodbury and Alexandria and maybe even Hilltop from a bird's eye view. Things are looking a little different than last time I was here. You can see the windmill is behind me and there's a lot more people. Last time I was the only person here. So let's take a look at Alexandria. Here's a windmill, which from the outside is the most noticeable change. As we look from above, you can see there's a corn crib in your lower left. And you can also see there's a lot more gardening taking place. It's pretty evident that time has passed since the end of season 8. As we swing to the left, gives you an idea of what's outside the walls. There's this parking lot, seems to be a parking lot. There you can see a walking tour. And there are railroad tracks and a tree line. If we could look above the tree line, which we will later, you'll be able to see the town of Woodbury. But back to season 9, the significant change here is the big windmill. And between that and the church, you see the gardens. The church looks quite a bit different as well. Sorry, it got a little bit windy up here, so I apologize for the bumpiness. But as we pan a little bit to the left, you see some of my favorite shots because you get a good view of this end of Alexandria. It really gives you a good idea of how the whole town is laid out. And as we pan back, I got an almost accidental shot of Woodbury from the other end. Now in just a bit, we're going to go and look at the main street. But here would be the end of the street where in the earlier seasons, right there, is where the barricade would have been, the blockade. There was a guy that was giving a foot tour, a walking tour, and he came up to me and said, "Be careful." And I said, "Why? I might lose it?" He said, "No, they don't really like you doing that if you don't have permission." But I'm on public land here, I'm on a public road. I didn't cross over the fence line. So I think I'm in pretty good shape. I don't think I was videotaping or recording anything that we're not allowed to record. So let's see what I can see from ground level of Alexandria. Then I think we will just take a quick walk down the main street, which would be Woodbury. And we've done that before. I'll link to the other video, but I'll show you what it looks like now. There have been some changes. And then we're going to see if we can't get a look at Hilltop. That's the one I'm pretty excited about. And that's the one where I'm a little afraid I might lose my drone because it's in the woods and I'll have to get it really high to even get any kind of a shot. But we'll give it a try. And as I already mentioned, the windmill is certainly something that's new. Right here is just a little different angle. We can't get in here. But you can see there's the same big open lot that they had last time I was here, and I'm really waiting for them to do something with this. But you can see some of the scrap metal and parts of the wall over here. When you watch the show, and if you see behind the windmill, this is where we are standing. There's a windmill once again, so we're at a little different perspective. I was talking to a couple of the local kids. They were about 11 or 12 years old. I was asking them what it's like to live in a town where the filming is going on, and they seem pretty indifferent to it. I suppose that at that age, most of their life, that's what's been going on, right? This season, season 8, season 9 now we're getting into, so you know, if you're 11 or 12 years old, this is just what you remember. You know, your whole conscious life has been, yeah, I live in a town and they film this TV series here. No big deal. I am always fascinated that they actually built that entire wall around a chunk of this neighborhood. Okay, I'm going to walk down the main street. We can see where Woodbury was. And then I'm going to see if I can't find the Hilltop. I hope I'm not teasing you too much because it could be a complete flop. I just looked at some maps and I think I got it figured out. But, you know, the distances and the hills and what I can actually have access to might be a lot different than I think. But let's go to the streets of Woodbury. There's the water tower. You see this in the background of a lot of the Woodbury shots. And the funny thing about it is you can see that water tower in shots of Alexandria sometimes too, if you look closely in the background. Those towns are not supposed to be anywhere near each other, and they're only a block away. So unless they want to take the time to remove it with CGI, which they don't, you get to see that water tower if you're really careful and you look in the background. So let's take a walk down the streets of Woodbury. I'm not going to really stop in a lot of places or do compare and contrast. You can watch my other video for that. But since we're here, we'll take a look and especially look at some of the Walking Dead themed stores. So here's the Sonoa Welcome Center. Not open today, or we'd stop in. I'm here on a Sunday. Here's a bicycle store, and up ahead we see the Walking Dead Cafe. I don't know how many things are open today, but they really should be because it's a Sunday and there's a lot of tourists milling about. It's here, big zombie tour, check-in, meet and greet. So this must be where the tour starts, at the Zombie Cafe. Oh, let's take a look. Oh, this is kind of cool. They have autographed pictures of the stars of the show. Here we see Jesus and Glenn, Maggie, Merle. We just see everybody here.
It sucks. I grabbed a pillow and I put two ankle weights on my knee and I set a break for 5 minutes and I do that 3 times.
And there's a man everybody loves to hate. This is quite a collection. Just about everybody in the show have provided an autographed picture for the wall. What was really funny is that tour guide was dressed like the governor. And I'm sure that you're going to find your favorite on this wall because everybody is here. And of course, what's going to happen without Rick? That's a question everybody's asking. Maybe by the time you watch this video, you'll have the answer. $40. There's only large left, so that won't fit me. So I guess if you want to get t-shirts, you're kind of out of luck. Shirts for $24. Hoodies are on sale. I hope that's not indicative of feelings that the series is going to end. They have Walking Dead coffee for $14.99. Yeah, and this is really a nice collection of posters. And this looks like, I don't know if it's storyboards or if it is pages of the comic, but it looks like pages of the comic. Maybe this is the thumbnail for this video. I'll go in this shop next, but apparently it has an official Walking Dead museum. So this looks like a gift shop. This is behind the cafe I was just looking at. The official Walking Dead store, the Woodbury shop. Let's check it out. Oh, that's beautiful. Have a smashing holiday. You can get your own Lucille. More cutouts. Oh, look, this one's autographed. I always say, have you ever seen a gift shop that didn't have shot glasses? But this is a pretty good buy, 4 of them for $16.99. I drank with the dead. And I think my favorite, Walking Dead Bloody Mary mix. You got $700. You can get a Walking Dead lamp. Pretty interesting looking lamp. We have hats. lunch boxes. Variety of different shirts. You can get a little kid's onesie for $15.99. A Lucille pen, $12.99. I'm not sure what the boots are all about. I guess they're just boots. Like there's a water tower. Pretty cool store. They have something regardless of who you're a fan of. You can find something specialized for just about every character. And we have Daryl. Jesus Saves. Daryl once again. Boy, they have a lot of Daryl Dixon. 5 socks for $12. You can't hardly beat that. 3 for $10. So do you want to get the Daryl bandana? There you go. $12.50. Variety of different hats, anywhere from $15 to $20. Well, this one's $22.50. Oh, I am going to have to get a sticker. As you know, I do put stickers on my baggage when I travel. I don't know which one I'm going to get though. And Carol, and Daryl, and Michonne, and Rick. Oh, and Abraham's up here. Good Lord, they have signatures everywhere. Where's Bob's signature? Just everybody. It says don't open. I think I'll take a pass. More of the same here, but in museum layout style. It says here this is a production zombie on loan from executive producer. Do not touch this display. That is awesome. You can see the W on the forehead. Here's a real cell. This is on loan, it says, from AMC. Very, very cool. And here's a second cell that you can get in. How many videos have you guys seen me behind bars? Here's another one. Let me out of here. I'm innocent, I tell ya.
Connor. That's not Connor. That's not part of the... I don't see anything.
Now, I believe that this is the basement of the cafe that I was at. Look at this. They have a set so you can get your picture taken as if you are in this production, in this set. That is very cool. That is really cool. Very nicely done. You can put on the clothing and you can make it look like you're right in there. Look at, they have the different weapons. They have Lucille, and they have the crossbow. They have some rifles. That's pretty neat. So, and here you can get your picture taken in a lot of different settings. So that picture area was brand new, not even open for another 2 weeks. He said it officially opens on the 11th. That guy looked an awful lot like Abraham. So you can get your picture taken, you know, being in with him, or you can be hitting him over the head with Lucille, I suppose, if you want to. Kind of a gruesome, morbid thought. But that's really neat. 20 bucks for an 8x10, posing in those areas I showed you. And I don't know, Pretty cool when you have a celebrity look-alike like that. And he was actually pretty good. I don't think he was quite as big as Abraham, but he was a pretty big guy. He was at least 6 foot, 6'1", something like that. So as I said, I am not going to do all the compare and contrast again today. I'll just do a quick sweep so you can see some of the buildings that might look familiar to you. But I think what I'm going to show you now is going to be interesting, because we're going to step out of the way of this tree and you are going to see some of the rooftops, some of the buildings from Alexandria. That's how close Alexandria is to Woodbury. 1 block away, just on the other side of the railroad tracks. So if we step aside here, and you can see that silver roof building right there, right in the trees. That is Alexandria. So take a good look at these buildings. They will probably look familiar to you. As I said, you can get a compare and contrast on the other video. This set of buildings here is real familiar. You see that a lot in the show. All of these buildings you do. That corner building is real identifiable. You see that pop up a lot in the Woodbury scenes. Of course, with the water tower behind it. Look at this. To decorate your car like that, that's dedication. And I found a little kitty here. I don't know if you should approach a stray cat or not. Hi there. He didn't hiss or anything, but he did try to take a little nip, so I better learn my lesson. He's not afraid though. There's 2 ways you can deal with a popular television series being filmed in your town. You can get frustrated and irritated and annoyed by it, or you can embrace it. And it looks like a lot of people here in Sonoma have embraced it, and they've turned it into a tour business and museums and gift shops, and it's a lot of fun to come here. I have to say I had high hopes. I really thought that I could get my drone up over the top and look at Hilltop, because it's down a kind of desolate little dirt road. Unfortunately, other people must have had the same idea, because they posted this land, no trespassing. And down there is Hilltop. I'm going to try one more thing. There's one other road that gets to Hilltop. I'm sure that one's going to be blocked as well, but I feel I haven't done my duty if I don't try. If we could move beyond this land, going down here and turning off to the left would be the road to get up to Hilltop. And that's very close to the studio. Interestingly enough, that truck came through and they did not say anything. They just waved at me. So there is the gate to enter the studios. And you can see all the trailers down there. And this would have been the back road that I thought I might be able to sneak into Hilltop. So cars are coming, even though it's a Sunday. Maybe there's some things going on here on Sunday, but I can't go any further than this. It even says no loitering. So they might be able to get me for loitering right now. Even though I didn't get to see Hilltop, I thought this was a really fun day. We got to see a lot of the touristy things, the gift shops, the museum. I got to send my drone up over Alexandria. We got to see some of the changes, like the Windmill, and even a peek at backstage at the actual studio. I don't know if this is actually backstage, but the parking area, it's where people show up, and it's something that most people probably aren't even aware of. It's here. The reason that I knew where Hilltop was is because I did a satellite search, and I searched around the area quite a bit, and I kind of stumbled across it, and so I knew it was back here. Well, I hope you enjoyed our visit. If you did, please come back again. We have an awful lot of fun traveling around North America. I'm Mark with the Average Me channel.